OT, OT. Never much love when we go OT.
What's going on, Benchwarmers? We are back in overtime. I hope you enjoyed the halftime if you tuned in. If not, make sure you tune in to future halftime debates where we bring it live to you at Instagram, Benchwarmers FC1. So, now that the beginning part of that is over with the torture of Arsenal Football Club, we can dive into the Liverpool Man City game.
You mean the real torture for you tonight?
Nah, I mean, I know you guys cheated your way in there, so I'm not too upset about that.
We already discussed this. We already gave our points of view on live. So we'll keep that out and go strictly to game.
Yeah, so this game, Edgar, you want to give us your first reaction to it because the first 5-10 minutes were, holy shit, they were fucking crazy.
That was a tough first few minutes, man. I mean, I got nervous. Man City had a game plan, and their game plan was we got to get at Liverpool in their home, and they know that our place has been a fortress. And I mean, I say that, but I don't want it to strike you like, oh, he's being cocky.
No.
At this point, I'm not.
It's 46 games, one at home, right?
Yes.
I think that's the record right now.
Yes. It's. I can't remember the last time we lost at home. It's been that long. But the point is, Man City had a game plan. They knew that their weak spot is their defense. So they were like, if we don't let them attack and we get on the score sheet first, then maybe we can lock it up. And once they start attacking us, we'll counter them and get the second goal, and then we'll call it a wrap. We caused a lot of fouls. We caused maybe 5 or 6 fouls at the beginning. But it wasn't like it was too close. You know what? We played defensively very well. And once we got over that hump, we were able to turn the game around. I get it, the whole VAR thing and the handball off Trent, but it wasn't like a stop play. Like a second we won the ball back in that play, while Man City was worried about the handball, we countered. We went at him. And what does Fabinho do? He picks it up from outside the box and just rips one. And nobody closed him down. I mean, that would have been Fernandinho if he were playing CDM. Who was playing CDM that day?
That's a great point,
Rodrigo?
man.
Yes.
Rodrigo was playing
Rodrigo's
CDM, right?
CDM,
Yeah, and he's doing a great job, but Fernandinho is a different
would've
class.
been
Man.
there.
Different class.
He's different class. And he did a good job on the day, but there's only so much you can do.
A 34-year-old, come on. It's like, and
I
plus
get
it's
it.
not his position. He's playing a defender.
Look, I know what it's like. Like having to drop back to center back is difficult, especially if you're used to playing 10 yards further up the field.
No, you don't. You don't like running back. You stay up
I
top.
hate center. I know.
Actually,
I'm more like Rodrigo.
fun little comment about that before we get dive more into this.
Because everybody knows.
Analytics of this game. Edgar's notorious for. He's actually a phenomenal defender. For those of you who don't know, because you guys never seen him play defense.
Did you see me slip the last game of the day?
That was hilarious.
That was he plays
That was
TVG.
funny.
That was very, yeah. I was.
Go. Sorry.
So just Edgar, you saw the comments, but I'll tell you, we play FIFA Pro Clubs.
Okay.
Which is like where we each play individual roles on the field. So I'm usually a winger, Nico's a striker, Hugo's our left back. Hugo's notorious for just pushing up and never dropping back or never being behind. And every single time he does that, the first thing we all say, yo, Edgar, get back there.
Yo, Edgar, what are you doing all the way up there? He's like, my bad, yo, my bad.
On the group chat, man, I never get on it, but I got on it, and all I see is like a straight up tag from Hugo. He's like, yo, bro, I got to let you know, man. They keep calling me Edgar every time I go up the field, and I'm playing like left back. I'm like, wow. I'm like, now I remember why I never get on this damn chat. But no, regardless.
Yeah, it's a game.
That's what happened to Fernandinho. Mm-hmm. And he's playing out of position. John Stones is not. I'm sorry, but they paid $50 million for a player that's not worth it, and they should have known because they got him from Everton.
That's price tag aside. It's an inflated market. It's just the fact that Fernandinho is playing out of position, like you said. He's a makeshift center back.
But who is their true center back?
They're missing
Laporte?
Laporte,
Really? Laporte,
and they lost company.
Yeah.
They lost company. That's what I want to get.
They
at.
lost
company,
the heart and soul of the team.
Company and Fernandinho, damn, that is locked down with Laporte being able to control like the ball and play out. Also, Ederson not playing. That was
was
hurt.
A big
him.
one. Yeah, Bravo almost gave away a goal.
Yeah, he did.
I think Bravo has like every shot he's received has been a goal so far.
Yeah, he blocked one good one.
I think. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He
He
blocked
did
one
block
good
one.
Salah one.
Yeah.
That was very good. But Salah's also wasn't exactly on target. It was a good shot on the goal, But if Salah would have put it where it should
Look,
have,
it looked good for him because he dove and he blocked and all that.
It was for the
stuff.
picture.
It
Wait,
wasn't,
so-
it wasn't on target, but the
I was
Messi
gonna
post
say-
was fucking on target apparently. Yo, you
No.
see what I'm talking about? I don't make this shit up, man.
Actually,
I don't
no.
make this
No,
shit
no,
up,
no, no,
man.
no. If you think about it, Messi was closer to that corner than Salah was on his shot. Salah's shot was more to the center of the goal. That's why Bravo was able to reach it. But regardless of that, like if you look at the play from Liverpool, we were playing on the counter. Trent being able to switch the ball to Andy Robertson, and then Andy Robertson putting in like the same center from the left side of the field. It's like 1-2 goals for Mo to score.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take it to the third goal. There was a breakdown of the Red Man TV. Hey, guys, if you're watching, follow us too. We follow you back. They break down a goal from Henderson. Henderson is not expected to take on people. He's not expected to beat people. But what do we do? He has the confidence to do that. He has the confidence to say, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to give it back to Trent. I'm not going to give it to Firmino. I'm going to go ahead and take on Angelino, right? And he did. He had the confidence to do that. And then where does he put it? Where he's put it for Mane before, far post. Angelino is not a great left back.
No.
But he's a backup. Kyle Walker, why doesn't he stop Mane?
That to me was a bigger takeaway. Is he's supposed to be world class.
Yes.
He let Mane no man's land. Yo, Mane, here you go. Just give him a goal. And what did Mane do? He did exactly what Pep did. What Pep said. He dove, but dove for a diving header.
Yeah.
I like
But
that.
I think
Right here, right here. No, okay.
Dang. Oh,
no, I think at this point, I think Walker's mentality was attack.
No, but why would it be attack if Henderson has the ball in the corner? Wait, what?
That's
what
why
do you?
before that he was already up there. I have no idea.
There's no reason for him to be
he
thinking
would-
attack. His reasoning
They're
is
down
I need to
2-1.
cover. I need to cover my my keeper.
No, 3-0, sorry.
It was 3-0 at the moment,
2-0
yeah.
at the moment, yeah.
Okay, so you're-
Now, some stats I do want to bring up to you to this game, and I'm gonna look at this game also the bigger matchups you guys have in the past.
Okay.
So again, PPDA, which is the passes allowed per defensive action, which is that magnifies the defensive efforts. I guess the pressing that the team's making. Man City were pressing the shit out of you guys.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now
confirmed.
I look back at the Tottenham game. You press the shit out of Tottenham.
Yes.
I look at the United game. You press the shit out of United. And these what were these games? What did they end up? Was it
2-1 against Tottenham, where we just squeezed it away. I think it was.
Mhm.
We tied against United. And this is something I've been saying for a couple of months now. And I didn't use stats. I just see my team play, and I watch them a lot, and I watch the tactics afterwards. And when we have control of the ball, we don't get pressed. When we try to attack and we can't score because everybody does a low block. We are a better counting attacking team. When Mane has the ball at his feet, he's not great. When Salah has the ball at his feet, he's not great. They're decent, but they're better when they're counter attacking, and that's what Man City let us do. Now, if Man City would have locked down, maybe they would have gotten away with a 1-1. Maybe it would have been like last year's game at Anfield where it was a 1-1 or 0-0, I think. It was a terrible game. But City, I feel, didn't want to risk that because why? They had company last year. They had Laporte. They knew they could lock it down at Anfield. Here they were like, we're not going to be able to lock it down for a full 90 minutes, so we're going to go for it and get that early goal and then lock it down. And they couldn't.
And they fed
Not
into
today.
Liverpool's strengths, which is the counterattack. And I think that stat alone was kind of like eye-opening because you beat, like you said, you beat Spurs 2-1 after you guys were pressing them. You drew against United after pressing them, and City's pressing the shit out of you guys, and you guys come out 3-0. At what?
The difference
At
is,
the
though,
80th minute or
we
something?
have the defense now. And honestly, I mean,
And you had the other player. What's his name? Oh, VAR. Yeah.
No, the eye-opening thing out of this whole thing for me, and aside from his comment,
I hate him.
aside from his comment, the please, I'll wait. Okay. The biggest eye-opening thing, the one thing I do want to mention is that out of everybody that you guys could have picked up or used, you guys used Lovren.
Yes.
And he did good.
I know
The
there's
last
haters.
person
I know there's
I
haters.
thought that you guys were going to use, you ended up using.
The best center back in the world, bro.
Look, I'll tell you something. One thing that he was very good for at Southampton was he knew how to stop shots. He knew how to lock down a goal. Where did Van Dijk come from? Southampton. This is a team that gets a lot of pressure and plays on the counter and is used to taking on a lot of pressure, just blocking the hell out of a goal. That's what Lovren did. There was a play where I think Agüero had an open shot. He kept dragging the ball. Lovren slid.
And then dove
Agüero
I think it was Sterling.
didn't shoot, or was it was
He
Sterling. It
cutting
was
in.
Sterling.
Yeah.
Lovren kept going. He knew where it was coming from. Now, ask him to play with his feet. Ask him to come out and play with the ball at his feet. No, he's terrible. That's why I'd rather have Gomez. But this wasn't a game for that. This was a game to block, lock down your goal, and then counter. And that's what we did.
It's crazy because hearing this, like seeing this firsthand, like statistically wise, that Liverpool are a counterattacking team, not a possession team. It kind of frustrates me because that kind of shows that Emery was right in going defensive against you guys, and we did hold it down for a long time. That kind of exemplifies how when you have possession, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win the game.
Last year, that's what our issue was. That's why we drew so many games, because we didn't know how to win a game with possession of the ball. The year before that, when we were breaking out, that's because people would go at us. They were like, nah, that's fine. We'll go at them. Their defense ain't great. Van Dijk ain't that big thing. We'll be fine. And then we were able to counter because they left their back open. Then last year, they were like, you know what, let's lock it down. And we didn't know how to win because like they're locking it down. How do we get the goals? Now this season, it's like we're getting the goals. People have locked it down. We've gotten away with some wins that I was sure were going to be draws. So it's coming to our favor this year, just like it did for City. What was it, a year or two ago, where they had like a few last-minute winners? Maybe this is our season. I'm hoping it is. It's looking really good right now. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and keep being smug while I can because this is all I have.
That's all I have.
You guys were first place last winter and end up losing it.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
No.
But we kept drawing.
That's
Now, to give it up to Leicester to get into first place, if this is how it stays, we have to draw 4 games at least.
I don't know, man. This is going out to the world. Maybe somebody might listen to it, and then from here on out, they're just gonna go defensive every time we play against you, and just go themselves attackive, and then you just screw everybody over.
Now,
Whatever.
do you have any other? I mean, that's honestly all I really took away from this game was just how the identity that you guys have on the field is very, very obvious. That's all I really took away from these past couple games. Do you guys have any comments on that?
If it's that obvious, why can't other teams beat them?
Well, I guess my last question to you is, and I hate to bring this up, but I mean it has to be asked because given the form that you guys are currently in, and I'm not looking at the future fixtures right now. I was just to see if you had anything crazy coming up, but you really didn't. You have Crystal Palace and Everton. Nothing to worry about there.
Yeah,
really.
but if our players think like that, that's where we get 2 draws and all of a sudden.
Klopp.
it's
That's the
back.
thing. That's the difference between Klopp. He kind of keeps that mentality right, and that's what I feel like. And he kind of keeps the players in check. Now, with that being said, do you think we are witnessing an invincible team?
No. There's no reason to be thinking Invincibles right now. Like, we're going to go play so many more competitions. Right now, it's about keeping things realistically. And realistically is you're not going to get an invincible season. That Arsenal team was won in how many? Is it the first ever Invincibles? In how many years?
It was one in EFL, but that was like when they were first started. So if you want to count that.
Exactly. In how many? It's been over 100 years this league has been going. So, yeah, we're not going to be shooting for an invincible season. In that invincible season, they had to get a lot of draws.
You got a lot of
We
draws.
can't afford to draw 4 games. They drew more than 4 games that season.
Oh, for sure.
But the point is, if we want to keep this lead, we just have to go game by game. And that's all I'm looking forward to. We're going to lose a game. I know we're going to lose a game. But I wanted to lose against a team that deserves to win it. I don't want to give it away. If someone's going to come beat us, let them beat us by working hard. I don't want it to be because we're falling in our form. Because we're not playing right. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about becoming invincibles. What I'm worried about is winning this league.
That's the only trophy that's not in the cabinet yet, which is the Premier League. So
One thing I do want to mention, and I saw this guy on YouTube, and it could end up being, and I'm not going to say that Liverpool's going to win it yet, because I did say at the beginning of this season, I'm not going to give my prediction until we're past the winter window.
Mm-hmm.
After that window, then I can start saying, okay, we're going to be good. We're going to look fine. Because last year we were good, but I knew not to say it. I knew we weren't going to win it yet. I mean, I knew we could give it away, and we did. There was this one guy, though, that said Jordan Henderson could be the most accomplished captain that we've had in the last 20 years. How insane is that? This guy that they wanted to get kicked out. I mean, how do you guys feel about Jordan Henderson, being from other clubs?
I think he is. When I see him play, I hate him. First of all, he's just an asshole.
Really?
You just
see him as an asshole?
You want to punch him? He's just a dick. He's just a dick.
He wouldn't be.
He looks like a
wouldn't.
dick. He looks like an asshole.
Really?
He might not be, but he
no,
looks like
he's
it is.
smug just like you. That's exactly what it is.
Maybe
He's
that's what it
smug,
is, okay.
just like you. But with that being said, I'm not taking away what he brings to the team. I think he brings a very balanced style of play. He does the work on the defensive end, and he does do the offensive work too. And he is the leader that kind of reminds you of what Stevie G was as well. He shows the passion and he shows the determination. So with that, I think he is a great captain for the club. But outside looking in, I don't want to punch him in the face. I'm being honest.
That's funny, man. I honestly didn't think you would have that hatred. Like I thought you'd be indifferent. If anything, Marco, what do you think?
I don't know, man.
Like, I feel like
I think for as of all the captains right now out there, at least for EPL, I think he's one of the best ones out there.
Would you want him on your team?
I'd take him for stability. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I think he can dominate a locker room with no problem and make it stable, make it so that there's no chaos. No, he has an authority voice, and people listen to him. And even though we do think that he looks like a dick, and he might be, but in the locker room, he is for the players.
Yeah.
And it's insane because I think this is the only club he could actually be at. I mean, I don't hear Barcelona coming and knocking on the door. I don't
he's not
hear
that
Juventus.
good.
No,
He's not that good.
He's not amazing. He's just good at what he does for Liverpool.
And that's why he doesn't start every game.
But now let's look back at championship winning teams that have like, all right, Chelsea. They had Lampard, right?
Yes.
Manchester United who was the major captain for them? I think.
Ryan Giggs.
Ryan Giggs, but he was a hell of a player. I mean, you're not going to compare Jordan Henderson to
No.
Ryan Giggs. Arsenal.
Patrice Vieira.
Yeah, and that was the Invincibles, right?
Yes.
So we're literally going to say that Jordan Henderson has won a Champions League, could possibly win the league. He'll surpass Stevie G as an accomplished captain, but Stevie G will still be better as better player.
As a player, yes.
As a player.
Yeah.
But
Stevie G
I
was a great
think
captain. It's just insane. Like
Is
that's
He had
that's the
different
sort of
tools.
that's the sort of environment Klopp was able to.
one.
No, but all I'm saying is Klopp didn't change him as captain.
Hold on. You're missing a major factor.
What's that?
How much money did you guys spend
On what?
under Stevie G, and now that you have Jordan Henderson? How much money was spent between those two different eras? That's a huge factor, man. You're gonna tell me that?
Yeah, but
No.
Because
That's
no.
different.
Let me tell you this: when Stevie G was there, we did break the record for purchasing the most expensive striker, which was Andy Carroll. We did break the club record, so we were breaking records when Stevie G was there. The thing is, it inflated so much right after Stevie G left. It's hard to gauge it that
But
way.
still, you were at its time. You didn't make huge purchases like you did recently. Now
Let's look
for
at-
this
let's look at
Champions
the
League
squad.
ownership
just-
group. The ownership group also came in at the end of.
So there's a
Stevie
difference.
G.
There's
Correct,
a
So
clear
look
difference.
At the squad. Look at the squad. Who did you guys bring in after when there's new ownership? But this,
it's a
this
brand new
season.
team.
It's a brand new team. How
It's a
many
brand new
academy
team.
players are playing on the team right now?
Academy players
On the team, starting lineup in the Premier League, not in the Carabao Cup.
You got Trent Gomez was purchased, but he was basically youth when he came in.
You bought.
He was Bob, but it wasn't like he was 18. 17,
Still bought.
18. I mean,
Where'd he come from?
He came from Derby or from like a championship
Those
team.
Okay.
specifically,
Yeah, it wasn't from another club.
Yeah,
I
they're
accept
But
academy
those.
kind of.
even Andy Robertson, he came from the championship.
I'm thinking from
Genie-
from
Genie-
Scottish League.
No, he came from Hull City. So like, all right.
That's a decent squad. But no, regardless of the fact,
I want to talk about Henderson.
They,
I want your
Yes.
opinion because
and that
there's a lot
that
of-
falls in my opinion because you're
Okay.
saying that he's gonna be the most decorated captain that Liverpool has ever had. Agreed.
in the recent history.
In the recent
Yeah.
history, agreed. Yes, it's because he has different tools around him. It's it's as simple as that. If you tell me that if you swap Stevie G and Henderson right now, God, I will guarantee this
I'd
this
take
team would have
Stevie G.
won the league already by now. This would have been won
By
last
now.
season.
By now, that's the thing. Like, I'm listening to people talk. Right, it's incredible. Like, I don't think I'm still nervous, but people are saying they're perfectly fine. I'm not enjoying this.
You've
quite
never
yet.
been there.
Yeah, I've never won it. Exactly. So I don't know. But let's move it on beyond
fear the
Liverpool.
unknown.
What about City, man?
Man, they have 3 losses already. They had 4 last season. The entire season, they
They're
had
in
3
fourth
already
place.
within the first third of the season already. They're not looking good, man. They have a decent amount of fixtures coming up. They got Newcastle United away.
Chelsea's the next game after the break.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is. So
Yeah.
Chelsea.
There's gonna be points dropped there.
Chelsea after
Who's
the
at home?
break. City are home. Newcastle away, and then they have Burnley away, and then they have Arsenal at the Emirates as well. Well, I mean, at that point, we're must be considered Burnley as well. We'll see. But they're not in good form. I think their injuries have really took a toll on them. And
For this game, it was Laporte, Ederson, Zinchenko. Who else?
Mendy also is hurt.
Mendy.
Too.
That would have been right. Yeah.
Son is hurt as well.
Sonny's the one who put us to bed last year.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they're hurting. But Sonny isn't really the issue. The issue was their back line.
Well,
They never replaced company.
You just mentioned 3 defenders.
I did. Otamendi is basically an injury.
He's also a wood plank on the field. He sucks.
That's my point. Like, he's terrible.
Yeah,
I
he's
understand
pretty bad.
why he didn't play him. So, but really, you let company go and you don't replace him with you think Otamendi's gonna be his replacement? How do you let company go? Why did he leave? Like, I don't get it.
I think he's coaching now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and
he's manager coach, something like
back
that.
in Belgium, but
And he wanted to retire. I mean, you can't stop a player from retiring. That's different. Why? But the question is, why did they replace him? That's a good question.
yeah, you know he's gonna leave. This stuff isn't left to the last minute. They have plans in place,
Wow.
especially when so much money's on the line. You think these teams just come together out of a sudden? No, this is a lot of people planning. How do they not replace him?
I don't know.
Laporte was the only one you were going to count on. You know John Stones is trash. You know what the Mendy's trash. Who were you going to partner Laporte with?
A makeshift center back. And
Fernandinho.
Which failed for them. With that being said, I have no other. I'm over talking Liverpool already. So do you want to keep talking about them? No. Okay. Good. You guys?
Hell no.
All right. Cool. With that being said, we're gonna end things right here. If you want to hear us on any podcast platforms, you can do so on the following ones.
You can listen to us on Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Benchwarmers FC.
Make sure you give us a follow, a like, and a little comment, a little follow, whatever you want to do. I said follow already, didn't I?
Twice.
Let us know what you want to hear on future podcasts, and make sure you tune in to any future halftime live debates that we have going on. All of it on Instagram, Benchwarmers FC1, also Twitter and Facebook, Benchwarmers FC1.
And if you want to watch our YouTube videos of our podcast,
There you go, yeah, Marco, woo!
and Tech Ball, you can watch us on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV.
Yeah. And if you want to send us an email, you can do so at bench@benchwarmersfc.com.
With that being said, we are the bench with the voice, where the bench is always warm.
Peace.
Actually, mine's kind of cold.
Me too. It's cold in here.
Yeah, it's getting cold.